Applying best practices for your content and campaign. You might think that marketing campaigns will be easier to perform after you've set up a proper marketing plan, but are they really as easy to implement and run as they are to plan? Isn't there room for error? How can you re-strategize a campaign if details went under your radar and your campaign underperformed, and worse, you ate up your marketing budget? We're here to help you with that. Have you ever wondered what kinds of strategies the most successful companies use when advertising on LinkedIn? Well, in this video, you will learn the operational strategies and marketing conventions that successful companies use to run successful campaigns time and time again. Naming a campaign. The magic starts when you get to name a campaign. This is not directly tied to advertising performance, but following proper naming conventions will help you a great deal in keeping your individual campaigns in a structured and more organized manner. Campaign names should include business line or name of product, format of content, article or webinar for example, region targeted, industry, and date of estimated launch. A/B testing your campaigns. It is always a good idea to test your campaigns with more than one variation of the same theme. You don't have to completely change all the elements in the content of your campaign. It will be enough to create 4 creative variations in your campaign and test them across at least 2 different audiences, each differing in the following criteria: slightly different images, shorter and larger character length, the inclusion of a statistic figure in one variation featuring a person, and one variation featuring an object. Exchanging words that can be used to refer to one element, using ebook on one variation, and using guide on another variation to refer to a digital download. Using images and quotes as headlines. Publications with visual elements perform better than those only populated by text. Use cool and attractive images in your post along with a quote from your content to make sure it's more enticing. Update and test your content. If your content stagnates, so will your campaigns. Testing your content does not mean that you have to change your style in order to see if more people like you one way or another. Instead, it means that you have to test and reconsider every one of your delivery methods and strategies, organic delivery methods specifically. If you're used to posting content as long-form articles that read from top to bottom, try posting list-based articles to see how they perform. If you usually post in the afternoons, try posting in the evenings. Try as many different ways to post your content as possible and use the company page analytics function to see what works best for you. Use sponsored content ads along sponsored in-mail. Reaching your audience through sponsored content and sponsored in-mail are the best ways to boost brand awareness and drive engagement available on LinkedIn. When you use both media channels, you will be increasing your open and click-through rates. This is possible because the more channels that you use to reach your audience, the more the opportunities for interaction. Just remember that delivering content through in-mail is a more personal approach to your audience, so it's important that you adhere to the appropriate etiquette. Be conversational and casual in your message. If you try to be overly professional, you'll sound spammy. Keep your message brief and relevant. Personalize your in-mail communications. Use dynamic macros to use the name of the recipient when the email is opened. Carefully manage your budget. Although your budget figures will depend on your objectives, there are some guidelines that should be followed at the start of a campaign. Your daily budget should start at 100 times the cost of your average cost per click. If your average cost per click is $8, your daily budget should start at $800. If your goal is to have as many conversions as possible, you should bid above the suggested bidding range. We recommend that you bid at least 10% higher than the suggested bid. Last considerations. Last but not least, a friendly reminder of things to keep in mind. Determine exactly who is your audience. Don't target too broadly. Always include images in your ads. A female avatar always works to drive clicks, no matter what the subject. Use captivating calls to action that stay in the context of your ad. Stop underperforming ads.